term as Asian HR in Superon-Schweisstechnik India Limited. Her expertise adds immense value to those aspiring to make a difference in HR field. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Pawan. I hope that I am audible over here.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So basically, the topic of today's webinar is automating onboarding to offboarding for manufacturing HR teams. And basically, this was more focused on the manufacturing units, but I guess the audience over here is the normal HRs. So I will try and speak more on in the form of common HR terms that can be used, and obviously for focusing more on the manufacturing, but it can be a general overview as well. Okay, so when we talk about manufacturing and the common or general HR office or corporate, offboarding and onboarding, there is a difference. Now, why there is a difference is the basic difference is basically in terms of the kind of background and the kind of education skills that is required in a corporate and the kind of information that is required in the manufacturing. There is a very vast difference. And second thing is the volume. So in a corporate, the volume is much lesser as compared to a manufacturing unit. So that is why it is more humanly not possible that we get into the manual kind of an offboarding and onboarding of these team members, because it is a very tedious task. Now, when I say that why it is a tedious task, so because it becomes very challenging for us, especially HRs, because to check each and every point in terms of onboarding, in terms of documentation, in terms of what will be their skill evaluation and the processes and everything, it becomes very difficult. And it becomes a very big gap in terms of the person coming on board and the person actually getting on the floor to work. So it becomes there is a very big gap. And when you get into all kinds of process orientation and in terms of documentation, that it also becomes a tedious task over there. Okay, Pawan, next slide. Okay, so yes, of course, why it is required, why automation is required, and why it does matter is, as I said, that first and foremost, the automation in today's industries, it is a very important factor. And this is only because, see, HRs as a department is not just limited to administration. It is not just limited to operations. It is now becoming a very important factor in terms of like HR taking decisions, HR taking strategic actions, HRs getting involved in management skills, and in terms of a lot of streamlining processes, and in terms of understanding the value and vision of the company, and accordingly making it possible that these interested values and systems and everything is possible in the company, rather than getting into more of the operations and administration part, because such kind of administration and probably the operations is required only by a small level of or a junior level of understanding, which can be handled through the probably the automation work or in terms of softwares that we are talking about. So it is beneficial not just for the company, but it is beneficial for the HRs as well to gain the efficiency over here. Okay. Second thing would be scale of the manufacturing, because as I said that manufacturing units is it is in a very large volume. The hiring part, probably the exit part also. When proper exit and the hiring part does happen in manufacturing teams, it is in huge volume. It is never in terms of as compared to a corporate. It is never in a 1 or 2 scale or a 10 scale or a 15 scale. It is on in a very huge volume, which is up to like minimum. If I have to talk about, it is like minimum in a small scale also organization. It is almost like 20 to 25 people is a minimum that we are talking about. So this becomes a critical, and managing such kind of a large scale of operations is also very difficult in a very small time limit. So this is where the automated systems work and helps the HRs also and to the teams to act more. Okay. Third point is the ensuring the compliance. Now, every state or every city will have their own understanding of in terms of the legalities, and in terms of documentation, and in terms of other skill based or probably the state wise legalities that is involved. So that can be for earlier, if you know that when we interview any kind of HR person. So we used to interview in terms of what is the exact knowledge that they have, state-wise, country-wise, HR knowledge, skill-wise. But that is that now it is more of a attitude, that is being checked. So with that comparison, all these skill-based in terms of the documentation and everything can be handled by the obviously the automated systems, because these systems will ensure that we can avoid any kind of legality issues, because the system is predicting it or system is handling it, rather than giving it to a human being or giving it to the human. When we say that it's a human error, rather than saying that, let's just put it into an automated source so that it becomes more clearer and it becomes more simpler way. Okay. Then comes the enhanced experience over here. And this of course in today's time, when we see that we have a company wherein we have softwares, wherein we have automated systems, wherein the employee is very very happy in terms of the smooth transition of entire process of onboarding, of course the offboarding also. So this becomes a brand value to the company. That of course the employee friendliness and the employee support comes in terms of the automation or automated systems as well. So this gives a digital presence in the company, gives a positive impression to the employees as well. Next slide. So, what are the key pain points in HR? So, majorly when we get into the operations and when we get into the documentation part, there are three major issues. One being the delayed document collection. It becomes so tedious when we say that, there is one person. Understand, when we have a skilled person, when we have somebody who is like an educated and a literate person, okay, these people, they have certifications, they are knowledgeable, they are in terms of handling the documents, they are readily available. So it becomes more maybe a simpler way to collect documents. But understand the people who are in the workman category, people who are in the production category, operational category, in the quality department, in the lab department, so who are at the unskilled level also. So taking their documents, taking their in terms of each and every understanding what their skills are, what their probably their identities are, all these things takes a very very severe time in collecting all the documents. This is the major, and at least 1 or 2 HRs is after these people to collect these documents. Again, it becomes a very tedious thing, that how can this collection of documents can be managed. Okay, this is a very very crucial point that we can have, and it can actually delay a lot of things in our life. So this is one of them. Then second thing is that the manual email follow-ups. Again, when we get into the manufacturing people who are in the managerial level, or probably at the highest level of the in the plant. Again, when these people use emails, when these people use digital presence, still it becomes a pre-onboarding and an offboarding kind of a thing, when we have to follow up on emails to bring or get their documents, or to inform them that these documents are not there. So that is also there. So it becomes again following up is also like probably one of the tedious thing that one can have, that one person is sticking to the system and managing the data, like, okay, these are the people who have not submitted their documents. Okay, now I need to manually send emails to these stated people. And once the email follow up is there, and you never know whether they are reading the emails, whether they are not reading it, or whether should I follow up with these candidates, we don't know. So that manual email follow up is actually taking a lot of time. Then comes the major issue. Every person in the company says that what is the HR doing? Okay, why HR is not having any kind of a work, or where is their work getting used, because I see that HRs are not doing anything. So majorly all this comes up when there is a bandwidth issue, because HRs are not doing what they are supposed to do, and they are actually doing all these manual follow-ups. So because of all these things, it becomes a bandwidth issue, and the strategic understanding, the policy making, and the understanding of entire organization working towards it becomes a gap. So this needs to be worked out. So these are the major pain areas of HR. And to create an HR brand in the company, we need to make sure that this department needs to speed up. This department should be smart. This smart department should actually be intelligent by making their time valuable, and of course making these tedious things work efficiently. So that is why these points are to be taken into a very, very higher priority, because some action has to be taken. Now, if you see this chart that is mentioned, so see the first point. So 52% of onboarding processes last less than a month. Okay. And then 32% of employees have not witnessed an onboarding program at their organization. So these are the tasks, because even I have faced this, that there are employees who come up to me and they've said that we don't know anything about the company, we don't know anything about the policies of the company, because we didn't had any kind of a onboarding program, we didn't had the training programs that we had. Then there was a point when companies would say that oh, such some kind of employees, they missed exits, and they were probably offboarding, their skills, and the skills were not matched with the kind of KRAs or the kind of requirements that was there, and a lot of things that was there during the performance appraisals also, like there was a gap. And when we got into the criticality of it, we got to find out that because of manual understanding and manual checkups, these employees were not attending, or probably they were not given a chance to attend skills. They were not skills were not identified, the gaps were not identified, and particular training was also not given. So when a company is delaying in their onboarding, in their induction program, in their policies, in their skills, in their trainings, and then in of course in their uh, this trainings regarding the ISOs and all whatever is required in during the whole quality program, all these things so ultimately what happens is the candidate starts losing interest in the company, and they start leaving. So it is not just one aspect that is there in towards the employee. It is all these aspects that the pain areas are there. So it's a very, very heavy task an HR has to do in terms of automation and in terms of giving out to the employees that there are systems and there are processes that can be managed to improve them. Now it is their turn to return back, right? Next slide. Okay, now how things work in terms of automating onboarding processes. This is a very, very simple, criteria, because there are vast automated systems and softwares that are available in the market. But yes, because we are talking about Fluid Trail, and because we are talking about the WebSole as a company, it's tried and tested over here. So I would also suggest everybody to get hold of this and understand what best is suitable for the company, because see, it is all about that what is the pain area, and it is all about what the company is interested in, and matching with the best software and finding the gap is what is required. But somewhere or the other, the softwares and the processes need to ensure that there is no double work, or there is no tedious, as it should make it simpler. So that is what is required in terms of automating these systems. So first and foremost, the first day of pre-day of automation, what is required is when we are offering these, offer letters and appointment letters, that is what is required. Now it becomes when you actually go create an offer letter, go to the authorized person, take the signature over there, then come back, and then you scan and send it on the email, or probably you are sending it through a probably via a courier, the offer letter. So all these things becomes tedious in terms of the onboarding process. It is very, very simple if you have a digitalized integrated signature, if you have a digitalized appointment letters and offer letters that are there. So it actually reduces a lot of paperwork, and it actually the moment you have an acceptance from the verbal acceptance from the candidate, you send this offer letter and you get a written acceptance as well. So there is a time, there is no time gap over here. The speed over here in terms of the whole acceptance and the offer is very, very minimal over here. Then comes the online joining forms. So when you have a lot of criterias in terms of taking the documents, and then you have joining forms that are to be written. Some companies will have 10 to 12 or probably 20 pages of booklet of joining forms to. And when you just imagine, when you send this on your email on the candidate, and when they are digitally uploading these documents, identity documents, essential information documents, and their proofs, and whatever the company requires in terms of documents, and also mm, writing or probably mentioning all the joining forms, the 20 pages booklet. Imagine all these things in terms of uploading all these things and then understanding where the gap is. Because if you see, the automation systems are like, where if you are not uploading any one form, it automatically says that this form needs to be uploaded, or probably or any whatever is missing that you need to put down. And candidates will not shy away in putting it also, or they will not move away from not uploading any kind of information in terms of the joining forms. Because personally speaking, and I have seen that when you give out the joining form to any of the candidate, they have a choice, because okay, one page I'll write, and the second page I will not write. They think that it is a, it's not important, but yes, it is very important. That is why the joining form is there. Secondly, when the joining form and all these things are, in a very systematic way, our brains also work in a very efficient way in terms of checking all the terms. We don't have to check one or two columns and whether it is there or not, or whether something is missing, because we all are humans. And when we do an error, it is not highlighted as such. But when the systems are, calculating and evaluating and all those things, they will probably clear out a lot of things in a very speedily way. They don't have to create probably a day to understand that, okay, what's happening in terms of the joining formalities. That is it. Third thing is automated email triggers. This again is like, would be helpful for the particular departments like IT, HR, then all these administrations and securities, and probably all other departments as well. Because it's again, once the joining form and all other formalities is ticked, it is automatically a system generated email is given in terms of welcoming the candidate, welcoming the new employee. And when you see the welcome mails, the candidate or the employee is happy that the first day was fruitful. It is not taken in a very tedious thing. A manual interpretation is not done. So, when understand one thing, when the employee comes for the first time and he is running after the HR or other authorized people to understand what the whole formalities are, and whom to talk, how to talk, the induction processes. So, all this thing can be in a very systematic way if these automated systems can be generated easily. Next.
Okay, this is poll time, guys. I request everyone to put all your questions and queries in the chat box or the Q&A session. Meanwhile, since you haven't uploaded any questions, I would like to launch a poll on your screen. The poll is on your screen, guys. What is the major benefit of automating HR processes in manufacturing? Reduced working hours, elimination of HR roles, streamlined operations and fewer errors, higher marketing spend. This can be more opinionated because you can see similar applicable answers as well. So you can put your views on the question. Okay, I'm observing more mixed opinions on the options. The poll will be closed in another 10 seconds, guys. Put your answers on the poll box. Ma'am, you can see the question responses. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we've been discussing right now. So till now, the whole discussion is that the automation is required to streamline a lot of operations, and fewer errors are there. And commonly speaking, that the HRs are not the person who will have all kinds of human error. So automation will help in avoiding these human error, and obviously the company will have a good streamline operations where the brand also increases through that.
What do you?
Yeah. So the first week integration. So what happens while we are getting into the automation and streamlining of all these things? Now, in a plant, it is very, very important to understand that it is not about that you are addressing to a one or two person. It is like we are addressing to almost 50 odd people over here. Now, when we talk about 50 odd people, they will have a huge number of questions. Now, when we leave these 50 people in the first day or second day or third day, even for a week, there will be a lot of questions that gets piled up. And these questions, if they are not answered, in the first few days itself, first, I would say first 2 days, then it becomes a very big chaos inside. Then there will be a lot of question. When a candidate has a lot of question mark on the head, it creates a lot of problem in the company, because then the hiring and firing or probably the exit is more. And only because of such things. And these small things needs to be worked out, because in future, or when we go ahead, these things becomes a major chaos thing. So in a plant, okay, in a plant or manufacturing unit, very important thing is that you need to have the induction and trainings. And trainings, these in this needs to be in terms of any kind of, I would say, these ISO level, audit level, quality level trainings. All these, as say, skill related things, are a very secondary thing. But the first training that is there is the induction training, wherein the candidates gets to know about the company, because the major or almost 70% of the question is based on the company and the role the person is going to do. So the next day itself, the induction process should start. And again, so how you will able to how you are going to inform these 50 odd people in terms of these induction. And on top of that, who are the trainers who are going to give the induction? They need to organize themselves in terms of giving out these trainings and giving following up with this induction. So everything needs to be handled very well. So during that time, these automated systems works very well. And wherein these the calendar invitations and the modules and everything, all these related whatever topics are very important, it is actually scheduled in a calendar format, and it is systematically sent to these concerned people, so that they are informed about it, so that they schedule their day-to-day routine according to it. And when you wait for such kind of inductions and trainings, half of the questions are already answered, because you don't keep pressurizing on the topics that are going on in your head. You have this thing that if I attend this induction and training, my questions are getting answered in a way. Okay, so these automated the kind of systematic invitations are very important to organize yourself, right? Second thing is that you get a notification that who is your personalized or assigned HR, and obviously your reporting manager or reporting person, who all are there. And again, they are also getting an alert that the with the arrival of the employee, and with the arrival of any who all are going to be doing what kind of a role. So in internally, these people are also managing themselves in terms of time, so that they can prepare that how can I welcome, or how can I train, or how can I present myself in terms of the new candidate. Third, very important. These are the two, probably the important trainings that are required in a manufacturing unit, which is EHS and the ISO. EHS is nothing but environment, health, and safety training. And ISO module training. So again, it is required, especially when we talk about environmental. So this is ISO 14001, and if you talk about the quality related, it is ISO 9001. So both the things are probably a 2-day kind of a training, which is very important for the manufacturing employees. And again, this is also automatically enrolled wherever the training is happening, wherever there is a mandatory program that is required for them. This is again organized in a very systematic way. Next slide. Yeah. So this is the workflow system for onboarding efficiency, which probably one of the Fluid Trail representative will be taking you through, so that you also get to know that what is the Fluid Trail offering in terms of HRMS. Pawan is the team member here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing my screen and I'm going to show the onboarding process in the Flutter. Okay. Is my screen visible? So this is the Flutter platform where all the already created apps we can see. And now I'm going to show the web employee onboarding process.
Chandrajit, wait for some
Yes.
time.
Okay. Okay.
This is not. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, that slide is later, ma'am. The demo
Okay.
part.
But still the Fluid Trail can be discussed here in a brief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chandrajit, you can give the introduction.
Okay. Sure. Yes. So yeah. So this is the sample application. Like few of the things I have added according to me, which I have thought which is required for the onboarding
Chandrajit,
process.
you can
Yes.
actually just talk about the Fluid Trail as a
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can get into this flow chart later
Okay.
on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. We can do that also.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is the landing page of the Flutter. So Flutter is a platform where we
Chandrajit,
are creating the application. Yeah.
Chandrajit, you are
Pawan.
not sharing the screen. You can just share the presentation of yours, your initial presentation, and then we
Yeah.
can start with the next slide.
Okay.
Share the screen. I have given you access.
Okay. Yeah. Pawan, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You can just give the fluid trail introduction, then we can
Yeah.
proceed with
Sure.
the slides.
Okay. So this is Flutter. Flutter is our platform where we are creating the application. It is not the already built application here. We are going to create according to the requirement. So now I'm going to explain what is Flutter. So we all can see these 6 points, the feature of the Flutter, like secure content collaboration, real-time file preview, workflow automations. So workflow automation means we are going to automate all the things which we are doing manually here. Like we have the automated backup in the Fluid Trail. We don't need to do it manually. Plus, we can integrate the Microsoft Outlook and other things integrations also we can do very easily here. So these all are the application possibilities which you can see here in the finance, in the human resource we are talking about. So like leave management, employee onboarding, recruitment and staff wave, and reward and recognition, and other applications also like offboarding, attendance management, other HR automations also we are doing. So our platform is so much customizable. It's a highly customizable. Like all the things we wanted, we can add here. Like the type of screens, field, whatever we wanted, we can add here. The type of report or dashboard, color, themes, roles, and participants. We can do all the customization based on the requirement here. And in the terms of security, we are using AES 256-bit encryption for the security part. It is highly securable. Plus, we are giving the folder level security for the best security part. And we are connecting the mobile devices with the web DMS application for the two-way authorization and authentication here. And we are using HTTPS on the place of HTTP for security. And this one is the screenshot of the application. like how we are providing the access and folder permissions. Like we can see we have so much folders here, and we don't want other folder member to check the another folder. So we have here folder permission so that we can go there and we can do the access permission. We can provide the view or hidden which folder is not able to see the another one. We can do all these things in this our literal application. So Pawan, can I start the application now?
We can wait for some time. We can proceed with
Yeah.
the slides with ma'am.
Okay,
After
yeah,
that, you
okay.
can.
Okay, sure.
I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. So, why a team member Chandrajit got involved over here was, can I have the previous slide, Pawan? So why he got involved was there are a lot of questions that are there. I'm actually viewing in the webinar chat that what is the importance and how automation can be helpful and all those things. So this is the reason why the team member had to come and explain how in detail such kind of automated systems can be helpful. So when you call it as an HR management system, the understand the manual workflow. The manual workflow, if that manual paperwork workflow is in a system, is in a very formatted way, it becomes more simpler because there is no one person who is who is having every kind of information on their brains. It is on the system, and that system is actually accessible to the whole department, wherein that efficiency and in terms of the compliance understanding can be very in a real time visible, as well as the process of onboarding becomes very important. And it because it's a backbone of all the HR systems that is there. The the employee information has to be accurate. The HR information in terms of all the employee skills, documents, the compliance, the legalities, everything is on one page. It is actually giving you all the effort. Imagine that you are opening up a cupboard or opening up a drawer and taking out one file, finding out the file. It takes one whole day to find out a file, what to do, no matter how systematic you are in terms of paperwork, but it will take a lot of time. Now if you see the slide, okay, when the whole system gets in terms of digital, the entire, you just need to select one person and the entire history of that employee is visible. Can you just zoom in, Pawan, this slide? Yeah. So see the topics. So it is like, the name, offer letter, requested documents, the employee number, Aadhaar number, PAN number, location. Imagine this is nothing but your drawer and your cupboard that is there in your paperwork that you are need to checking it. It is all visible over here. And you have the authority in the system to actually put down on a checklist and what all is there and what all is not missing. And immediately in terms of understanding to the employee that it becomes a confidential thing. You are not informing a chain of people that okay, so and so ABC employees document is missing, so and so's induction is missing, so and so's training was not done. It is not there. It is automatically sent to the employee through the mail, through their phones, through their any kind of digital access that is there, that such things are missing, so easily available over there, right? So that kind of a workflow approvals are very much important, and it actually helps in compliance and legality as well. Next slide. Yeah. So automating the employee life cycle. The entire life cycle of an employee in terms of confirmation, in terms of acceptance, in terms of any kind of onboarding, in terms of during the while they are working through it, they need any kind of trainings and development, which we call it in our terms, it is known as the skill matrix or the competence matrix that is required. That is also there. And then we have personal courses related to department or division wise that is there. All these things can be automatically generated. Now, a skill matrix in a plant or in a manufacturing unit, it is very important, wherein the skill matrix chart shows that what the employee is currently at, what stage he or she is in terms of skills and in terms of on the job training, and what is it required for the person to perform a certain kind of a task. The gap actually shows the kind of trainings and the inductions and the assignments, the courses that needs to be done. So imagine such kind of whole learning process or the learning gaps that are identified can be through a small skill matrix automated systems. So this is very very important. So if you see this chart, the entire confirmation workflow, so the kind of reminders that we get in terms of the skill confirmation is that it's between 90 to 180 days through, because they perform in terms of 3 to 6 months is what we call it as a probation period, or probably the training period, or even confirming employees will take around 3 to 6 months to understand that okay, this person is skillfully trained or skillfully understandable, so they can be confirmed throughout. Then comes the digital confirmation forms with integrated manager input sections for seamless feedback and approval. Again, this and the skill matrix will have a certain manager inputs and approvals, wherein they perform that this is what the person is lacking or this is what the gap is, and this is automatically sent to the concerned team for the support system in terms of giving the trainings and support system in terms of giving the skill evaluation certificates as well. Now, how this is performed in terms of training and development is, again, when everything is digitalized in terms of the skill matrix, when the system generated alerts and the track completion and all these forms are there, it is very simple for the authorized people to see where the person is and accordingly prepare themselves to may give out the training. Once you get these automated systems, it is nothing but you are getting everything in terms of if I have to talk about like the whole employees history and the life in the company is already visible in this the automated system. So if you see the chart over here and how things work over here, how the forms are filled, how the processes are there, how the external processes systems get involved, everything becomes very very much feasible and more what do you say visible in terms of all the authorized people that are involved. Next slide. Very very important is the performance management and the internal mobility. Again, see, when we conduct the life cycle of an employee, the life cycle also involves after you conduct a good training, after you conduct a good course, support them with all the information and support them to upskill themselves and be confirmed in the company. All these things are there. Then comes the review part. Now this review cannot be based on the probably the manager's understanding, or probably the what do you call it as a favorability of a manager. All these things gets removed, because when the visibility is through a system, the employee's entire life cycle is already mentioned. So if there is any kind of a gap, or if there is any kind of a favoritism that is shown, it is already visible over here. So the HRs when you talk to any kind of a manager, they will have their own kind of understanding for an employee. But when you digitally or probably you see these systems, you can actually, very easily carry out these performance appraisals and performance management cycles, and you can directly question such people, because if a person is not attending the training, if a person has a gap in their skill, if a person has entire life cycle is not working properly, so that can be already visible. So and for the HRs, probably the most important thing is, uh, fine, when the evaluation is getting conducted, the evaluation process, we are not following up to the managers and HODs to send the paper to us with their evaluation. It is basically the annual performance is there, the quarterly performance review is there, it is automatically done, it is like sending reminders to them that you submit it on time, so that nothing is getting missed, so that automatic follow-ups is done by the system rather than an human person. So these review systems and everything gets informed. And second thing is how a system notifies in terms of writing their goal sheets, evaluating these goal sheets, is it matching with the company's goal sheets, and then you simplify these evaluations, and then you automatically in a very confidential way you give the feedback to every employee. So this becomes a genuine, and this becomes a more systematic feedback session, and the performance management in terms of understanding between the HR and the employee becomes more uh, transparent, and it becomes more timely done, and it becomes more, thus when it becomes more systematic, there is no question mark in everybody's head. So everything is done in a you have your goal sheet, you have your KRAs, you have your skill gaps and everything, it is visible, and based on that only your performance has been done, so it becomes more easy. Second most important is the internal mobility part. Now, the entire, the kind of when you send these alerts in terms of mails, in terms of paper postings, and in terms of any kind of information that you want to provide. So all these things are, automatically generated. So for example, if you say want to send one person from one plant to another, again it is automatically generated letters. Then you have audits coming in, then you have compliance issues that are coming in, then you have legal issues that are coming in. When there is automatically everything is there, you are clearly, it is very much visible when these if there is any kind of paperwork that is missing, it gets a reminder, the entire system is highlighted or given alerts that these documents are missing or these compliance issues are there, so these things are also visible. Second, very, very important is that when you when you have an exit in the company, then it is not a visible, or probably it is not a verbal exit. It is a proper way of exiting. You have your system to hand over, you have your database to hand over, you have your uniforms and your ID cards, and you have your official other subjects to hand over. So entire the moment we get a highlight that this person's exit is there, automatically all the departments, the concerned departments gets an alert, so that this handover gets into a smooth transition. There is no chaos that one of the department is missing, or one of the department didn't get into the offboarding part, or the employee is not fulfilling it. So accordingly, it becomes a smooth area, right? So, and last but not the least is the HRMS that handles the attendance record. And yeah, and with the attendance record, again, it becomes a accurate data. It is not that you okay, the security guard is writing, or the admins person is writing, or somebody at the gate is like waiting for some person, and because the person came late, because they have a good relation with the guard, a good relation with the admin, he gets off with the time, attendance, and everything. Now, when the automatic system comes in, so it becomes more natural and becomes more accurate. It becomes more simpler for the company to be very, very fair in terms of giving out a fair decision to every employee. Next.
So guys, since we are doing all theoretical as of now, I want to bring you the practical exposure also. One of my colleague is in the backstage. He will be explaining how exactly we can automate the HR process that we discussed by using tools, the automation tools. Here we are going to explain as an example with Fluid Trail itself. So Chandrajit, over to you. You can share your screen and you can demonstrate how we can automate onboarding process.
Okay, okay, Pawan. Yes. Pawan, is my screen visible?
Yes, now it is visible. Audience, can you confirm screen is visible? Last time someone messaged in group
Yeah.
chat session, it is visible or not? Audience, can you confirm screen is visible or not? Not visible, it seems. 1 second. Okay, someone says screen is visible. Can anyone confirm again? Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
You can proceed.
Yeah,
Chandrajit.
so I'm starting now. So this is the sample application of employee onboarding process. And I have added few of the steps according to my concern. So this is the sample one. So let's see. So this is the start button. This is start with the email send task. So just imagine one case like employee just got selected in any company. So for HR, there are lots of work to get the documents like experience letters, pay slip, salary slip, these things. So all this upload documents. So in this email send task, HR is going to create one email for the candidate who just got selected to upload all the documents. So in the next step, we can see that is the upload document section. So once the candidate will receive this upload document, he will upload all the document and everything. Then there is a third step, that is the HR approval again. So what this will do, this is going to approve all the document, like all the things are original or not, like Aadhaar card, PAN card, payslip, or experience letter is original or not. If such case comes like something HR found something is suspicious, then HR can reject the candidate. And if the upload document is uploaded by the candidate, which is less than the required, like 3 is uploaded out of 5, then what HR can do, make it in complete section so that again the mail will send to the candidate to upload a document. And if everything is okay, then there is a condition of complete. It will go for the complete status, and one folder will get created with the employee record folder. Inside this, we are creating one subfolder here for the security purpose. We are creating folder under folder. That is start with the 2025 year. Then there is an employee ID which is provided by the HR. Then there is a folder of copy file task, update metadata file task to get for search to retrieve all the things. We are providing the metadata also. We are updating every time, and the process is getting complete here. So now I'll show you a few of the things also. Like if we wanted to add some generate document, so it's very simple to create the application. We just need to drag and drop it here. So this is the generate document. So take example, if we wanted to generate one document after uploading the document, what we will do, we'll just drag and drop this and we are going to connect it. So if we are connecting it, So after uploading the document, one document will generate with all the details inside it. So it's very easy for HR to track all the details. And we have some other file also, options also, like delete file. If we drag and drop it here, and see, just take example, if so many candidates are joining in a year, so they all are uploading document. So to free up the space, we have to delete every details manually. So we want to automate this function also, that once it is approved by the HR or downloaded inside HR folder, we don't want to create some other spaces for it for the same folder and same file. So what we will do, we are just going to connect it, the delete file folder, and we are going to set the timer. Like after 1 month or uploading, the document has uploaded by the candidate. So then after 1 month, it will be deleted automatically. We don't need to free up the space manually. And some other also options we have, like if we wanted to approval task, some other approval we wanted. With HR approval, if we wanted approval of the manager also, then we are just going here, and it's very easy for us to change the things. Like just take example, it's a manager approval. So what I will do, I will just write is the manager approval, and this is the user section where we are going to select the manager. So what I will do, I will just go in here and select role as a user. So take example like Chandrajit is a manager. So I will go here and I will select and I will save. So now what will happen after HR approval, it will go for the manager approval also. So this way we are doing. And if we wanted to add some background verification also in this process, that also we can do, like approval and create folder for it. Background verification we will get. If we want to add some uh, email to send for the induction, so that also we will do like this. If we do this send email task, and we are going to put it here. So after everything is getting complete here, update metadata file is completing. So what I will do, I will just going to delete it, and I'll go to connect with this email send task, and with this to process complete. And I will make this email task as an induction email task, induction invitation, induction invitation. And for the config mail, I will go and I will write just hi everyone, join induction at uh, auditorium. This way we can write, and we can select the attachment also here, plus the email address. And we have the bulk email we can put here with the user group or role. Like as a role, for example, I'm showing that I wanted all the HR to be here. So I will select it. If I create one role for the already selected candidates also, so as a candidate also, so I have invited only HR and all the selected candidate in the single one. So it's a candidate one. I will make it save. After doing this, bulk email will get sent to the all the selected candidate at the same time with the HR. So this way we are doing it here. So now I'm going to show you the practical version of it, how it is actually working, how HR is going to send the email, and how the user is candidate is going to upload the document. So So this is the application, which same as which I have shown you as a workflow. So as a HR, I have logged in. Just take example as a HR, I have logged in. So as a HR, what I will do, I am just going to create one email so that the candidate can upload the documents. Take example, Chandrajit just got selected. So candidate name is Chandrajit and last name is Kumar. Plus username I'll put as Chandrajit. And as a HR, I will provide one username to candidate. And here is the offer letter select file option. So I'm going to attach the offer letter also. That candidate is selected here. After doing this create button, clicking this create button, what will happen? As according to the workflow, one email the candidate will receive here. So let me open the email also so that I'll show. Yeah. So this is the email, like congratulations, dear candidate, you are shortlisted, and one message to update and upload all the document which is listed here. And there is a link to login and username and password. So as a candidate, I have received this email. What I will do, I will just copy this link and with the same username and password, I will log in. Like see, same username and password on the same link I am logging in. So if I log in, there is the inbox. If I go there, I can check today's date, that is 25 June. And the task name is to upload a document. And that is due on 26. Means before 26, we have to do it. And we can change this date according to the requirement. So if I open this, I can go inside it and can check the document. So in the document, I can see I have received offer letter from the HR. And we have the option to download it. We have the option to preview it. So now I don't want to download it. I just want to check it. So I have just click on the preview button and I can see the offer letter which we have received. And if I go to the form, I'm going to just fill all the details which is requested by the HR. So this is the requested document. So I have made one single folder. Inside it, I have pasted all the document which is required. So in the single, I will upload this. I will put the Aadhaar number and PAN. And this is the checklist, which all document is here. I have to checklist. So I will say Aadhaar, PAN, degree, and this and photo. All I have uploaded here, and I will complete the task. So after doing this, it will go for the HR approval. So now I'm going to log in as a HR. If I log in as a HR, then in the same inbox, I can see the task name is the HR approval. If I open this, if I go inside the document section, I can see this onboarding document, which is uploaded by the candidate. Same, we have two options. So for I can preview and I can check all the document is here or not. So I can check, okay, all the document is here. Now I will go for the activity history. This is the audit trail to check what is going on currently. Like for the upload document, this section is closed on 25th June, we can see, and in progress is the HR approval. So that I am doing now. If I go to the form, I can check the Aadhaar number and PAN number. And this is the employee number, which is I'm going to provide as a HR. So just take example at Rapsol 009988. Location, joining location, I will choose. We have so many options for, and we can add so many options also. So for now, I'm using Bangalore location. The status I'll put completed. Date as today's date. And after checklist, let's see. Just take example, if HR finds that degree is not there, then I can make it uncheck also. After doing this, I have the option to reject it, but with this candidate, I found everything is okay. So I will make it approved with one comment like approved. So now the work is completed. Now where we can see all the document is stored, like I explained in the slides also, like we are using folder under folder security and AES 256-bit encryption. We have all kind of things. So that we can see where we are storing. So we have my project spaces for the document securely, and this is the candidate onboarding. So we have chosen the location like Bangalore. So we can see all other locations also. So if we go inside the Bangalore, so we can see that today's date, that is 25/6. If I open this, so same employee ID which I have provided, it's created here. And inside this, we have the document. And with this, we have the other things also. Like I was talking about the folder permissions, how we are giving. So let's see, just the location Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, and these locations is here, like Pune. So we don't want Bangalore document to be shared with Chennai or Chennai with Hyderabad. So what I will do, I will go inside the Bangalore location. If I click here, we have the folder permission option here. I will go inside it and edit the permission. So as a project admin, or just take example is the head HR of the company, she has the full control so that HR can check everything like view, download, edit, everything HR can do. And if there is some other company admin, just take example on the place of company admin, there is a simple employee of the office, and we don't want any employee to check other employee detail. So what I will do, I will just going to make it hidden so that the other employee cannot see the other employee details. So this way we are doing. And inside this application, we have the dashboard. So this dashboard is very helpful to check. This is the insight we have added only two, and we can add more insights here also. So this is checking like location wise. In the Chennai, it is 26. It is hiring number is 26. On the Hyderabad location, it's a 30 candidate hired. On the Bangalore is 32, and in Pune is 33. And this also same way we can check according to all the location how many hiring is going on. And according to the requirement, we are going to add the number of employee getting hired by which HR also. That also we can add. And we have the reports also according to the location. We can check the reports also. And with this report, and that report we can download also. Like after uploading and saving all the documents, we have the date we can check from 23 to 25. On the place of company admin, just take example, we are going to add the company, all the person is there, who is opening the folder, which file is viewed, and who is viewing this file, which file is moved to recycle bin, which file is added, at what time, everything we can check according to the employee, and we can download the full report of it. So this is the complete operation.
Thank you,
Uh,
Chandrajit.
yeah, yeah, Pawan.
So, audience, as I mentioned in the starting of the webinar, you can have a complete demo of our platform. This is not only limited to onboarding and offboarding, as I mentioned. You can build almost everything if you, depending on your company requirements. If you want to build any performance management app, you can build entire app in a single platform within hours. So to know more, you can access our platform as so many people opted for that. We will be contacting them, and end of the webinar, we will be having the survey form. You can opt for from there also. Ma'am, over to you. I'll just share the screen. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. So similarly, when we talk about onboarding and offboarding, so we have automation process for offboarding also. Now, this is also helpful in terms of any kind of exit by an employee. By the entire onboarding process was there, the whole process in terms of documentation and everything. Similarly, the kind of documentation is required for offboarding also. This is helpful in the handover process. So the digital resignation submission and then auto routing to the managers and the authorized people for their approval is also relevant for the HR. So this also helps in the exit initiation. Then the second thing is the clearance and the checklist. So in terms of handover and what to be handed over and handover complete. So this can be also done through the formalities and the checklist that is mentioned. Again, the IT clearance in terms of laptop, email ID, mobile phones can be handed over, and automatically this can be approved by the IT. Admin clearance in terms of ID cards and uniforms, or probably any kind of the plant activity, probably the any kind of product is there, or anything related to that is there. So that can be also cleared in a way. Payrolls and due, again, it is automatically calculated through wages, through the days, through the legal and the compliance policy or in the company policy. It can be calculated in a very systematic and automatic way. So the whole process becomes more simpler. Next slide.
Okay, guys, there is another poll. I request everyone to stick to the poll. This is the LinkedIn poll that we are conducting. I just posted in chat box with a link. You can click on that link and you will be directed to the poll. We'll just close it in a 5 to 10 seconds so that we can go directly go to Q&A session. I hope so many people are having questions also. Talapati Suresh and Ashif Ahmad, we will definitely take the queries from you. If you directly want to speak to ma'am, we can enable your mics also at the end of the webinar. Also, guys, if you want to know more updates about automation and HR processes and all the trends that are happening in HR, you can follow our LinkedIn page from the same link. We will be posting daily updates related to the HR. We will be posting polls related to HR automation and all the HR processes. So it is basically a large knowledge hub for you to learn anything about HR department. We can quickly move it on to the next slide. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. So quickly, see, when we talk about the whole process in terms of automation, this is the whole process, and wherein the handover and everything is cleared and approved. So there, the whole thing is actually sent to the finance department or the who prepares the FNF for full and final settlement. So the whole process is automatically done through certain approvals by each department, like in the form of the onboarding. So when we have the exit form that is filled, then it is actually, the exit form is sent to the HR and the reporting manager. So that is getting cleared. And once that is getting cleared and everything, once that gets approved, it goes to the IT department, and IT department also approves in terms of that what kind of approvals has been given in terms of the handover of laptop or the mobile phone is that is there. So each department will have certain kind of approvals. So every approval will have a certain notification that is sent. So it is a choice to through these softwares whether you want to give it to the employee or you want to just internally send it to the managers, so that the where the gap is or where the approval is required can be informed to everybody rather than giving a verbal approval and getting into calls. So this is directly given to the all the when once all the approvals and everything is done, it is directly given to the finance department. Now the finance department gets into the FNF. Again, it is an automated generated settlement sheet wherein the salary and the number of working and any kind of benefit is automatically calculated, and this is sent to the employee, which gets again approved by the employee, and the process of disbursement gets into place. So this is what the offboarding happens in terms of the automation.
So guys, I have included few use cases starting from the pre-onboarding and till the offboarding, audit, trial, compliance, everything. I have listed all the use cases that you may face in your process, and I have also mentioned the automation tools or features that is helpful and which is helpful for the different teams. I have created a document for you guys. I will be sharing you in the post-webinar mailer. I will be sending a post-webinar mailer at the end of the webinar, after the webinar, so that you can clearly read out all the processes, including here, and how you can automate in each stage of this process, whether it is a pre-onboarding, day one onboarding, training, probation. In every step of process, how you can automate using these specific tools and in which use cases. I have drafted the content very clearly in the document. I will be sharing you that. And you can always mail to me at pawan.sahu@websal.com if you didn't receive the document. Next, we can proceed to Q&A session. Quickly, we can